Man, I could have sworn I left some stuff right here. Hey, what's up? It's Wreaker. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Uh, been doing a little bit of work. Um, kind of halfway, not even halfway. Just started doing some work, but yeah, figured I should probably intro at least, just to explain some stuff. And then I'll probably get back to working because it's just moving like all the drawers that were in here. I did find out what was the, because I had multiple drawer controllers because I just didn't have it set up right. Uh, what is the biggest size of like drawer array I can make off of one controller? Turns out it's like essentially a 25 by 25 cube. And if you saw that, I forgot to introduce that. I'm testing out like some new, I say new to me VTuber software. Uh, just because I want to get better at a few things. So testing out some better, or I say better, just different software, see what I like. But yeah, it's not picking up my eyes as well, but my entire model isn't shaking. So I'm liking that. But also, like, it's really primitive because it's just a stupid, cheap webcam, like a $10 webcam or whatever. So sometimes it picks up the wrong hand. But I do have primitive hand tracking. I've got some other software I want to play around with, but it's more for full body. The tracking's really nice on it. I just need to actually get a dedicated camera mount for it and figure out how to set up a iPhone. I've got like a spare iPhone I had a couple years ago. It's like a iPhone X or something, whatever the like cheap one was. Came in light blue, but got a spare one of those. I'm probably gonna try to turn to a designated VTuber cam. So yeah, a couple things I've done. Just been like, I replaced a part on my computer so it's running better. Replaced the CPU cooler so my computer's actually running and not self-destructing. So I've left this running for a bit. It's currently off, but actually just getting like resources, which is nice. We should have a good stockpile of the biodiesel, but everything you see up here, I'm going to try to essentially take down and rebuild and all that. I took down the lightning generator just because I never used it. I didn't like it. Got some solar panels here, trying to see how well they run, and whether they're worth the itchy ear. Yeah, you can tell my tracking's a little bit off there. See how well they run. Turns out two of them will perfectly run a, and without even a capacitor, will run a farming station. So I've got this just so I can keep, like that almost by itself is able to keep up with a fermenter. So I'm thinking of taking this. I've just kind of currently got it stockpiling sugarcane. Take out the excavator that's there, move it somewhere we need it. Probably here-ish. Probably sink it down way down below because I need the oil sand. I think I've got another excavator down the basement for iron. I forget what chunk. It's been forever. I'm not redoing. The mob farm is going to have a second edition. Like this is currently fine how it is. But I'm going to put another one over here. Just because we have to do... It's not in my inventory. Quests. I think there's a few I need to claim, actually. Yeah, because just crafted some... like mufflers. The industry... That was solar panels. Do I actually... Oh, it's a choice reward. Conductive iron, I think, is more expensive. Dark steel. Alright. We need this, which will give us... And I have all the stuff to make it. It will give us these two. Pink slime, the whole process. I think it's the pink slime bucket we need. I forget what the step is. But we need pink slime ingot to make this. Like, we need pink slime and then this quest chain. And it's essentially, we need to just have some animals sit on top of this and poop. It's pretty much all it is. But also, that will allow us to get this super torch, which will stop mob spawns around the base. Because surprisingly, in between this episode and the last one, it's been about 8 hours or so of actual playtime. I AFK'd for like 4 hours of that. No, it was 4 hours AFK plus 8 hours of actual playtime. I blew up one of the machines over there. Luckily rebuilt it, but still. See, that's... We have HDPE. Like, all this I want to move to where it's actually compact and I can actually tell what's going on. But we have a bunch of the HDPE sheets. Like, we're getting... I had to make an ultimate tank because I filled up a basic one and stopped production. This is full, but that's because it's getting used here. Yeah. So, I've just been manually pushing everything over. That is full of liquid ethylene. We're producing enough. So, this is just running... Need to run it more, apparently. This doesn't have full speed upgrades because it was draining too much power and wasn't running, and therefore running slower. So, yeah. The goal of the episode is essentially I will rebuild a bunch of stuff. Essentially, this entire area here, I'm gonna condense down and actually, just so I don't have to... Because if you've seen me, like, go that staircase or that staircase back and forth to the crafting station all the time, I actually just punched a hole in the solar panels to make an access point there. But yeah, I want to make that available. This, I think I'm not at the point where I need it, except for... Why does that have biodiesel in it? Shouldn't have biodiesel. So I will make sure to empty that before I break it. These might stay. I did find a way to clean up the tanks. We have I think that's 4,697 buckets of creosote oil. Yeah, 4,697. And we're not even a 16th of the storage space. So, had that producing. I have this just going with an amount passively. Although, I can get one of the thermal expansion and induction smelters. There we go. Words. It can make it a lot easier. The same with the graphite here. It's like hot graphite dust I was making in the squeezer. Well, it turns out I can just chuck it in an alloy smelter. Well, that's interesting. Coke dust. Hold on. So if I actually set that up right, if we want to take an extra step, we can use half the coal coke to make steel. So that is something I will probably do. But I'm focusing on making sure everything beforehand has been automated correctly, because it oftentimes hasn't. And then stuff like these long things of item conduits. The main bottleneck for me right now is Certus quartz. I went mining just... Oh, that looks like a problem. Remember I had something blow up? I didn't notice that got blown up too. Alright, so that should fix that. Although that's barely tapped into that. Yeah. So we've got plenty of that, so it should be fine. Let me get back down here. But yeah. It's also... Let's see. I think this is still going. But yeah. That I might have to leave up on the surface, but import it into a tank. But all the... Almost walked into the power line. Like how I've had it go into a hopper and then go into here and then there. What I'm probably going to do, anything that produces, with an exception, like the power system, I'm probably going to... I'm going to go ahead and sleep before some sort of lightning causes something to go haywire. What do you call it? Like the power generator, I'm going to directly have its own dedicated solar power run carrot farm and some sort of seed farm. Either that or I just get... I've been using the hemp seeds because they produce a lot more biodiesel, I think, or plant oil. Let's see. Yeah, they produce 120. Wheat seeds produce almost as much, and they're easier to automate. So I might go that way. Like I might just try to do 2 wheat fields, like 2 wheat fields that size over there, pumping into... I didn't even raise my arm for that one. Pumping into the squeezer and whatnot, because... see... Yeah, that's the only way... It's the only way to make biodiesel is those, and we currently still need to do biodiesel. Although I probably will make in our ME chest, because it's a lot more compact than this, because this is just 512 buckets. That one is as big of a fuel cell as we put in it, essentially. So that's kind of where this is going to go, I think. Like, I'll just have a power line running. It'll be its own sustained thing. But every other production thing, like, that would mean this thing down here. Yep, wrong door. Like, that would get repurposed, but all of this it might get converted to something else. I don't know. I want to keep at least a few seeds of everything because you never know when you're going to need it. But like the melon and pumpkin farm, I think will stay. But it's going to be everything is going to go essentially into a chest, and then the chest will go straight into the ME system. This will probably just stay how it is for now, although I think this is a mess under here. Yeah, it's kind of laggy. So I want to replace this, but what I want to replace it with, I think, is this. I gotta remember, or no, it's. I will check. I think I might actually be able to do it with a farming station. I just have to make sure it doesn't. I gotta remember. I'll test it in creative. But I think, because I think I used it in Project Ozone for all the different types of crop seeds, or not crop seeds, ore seeds. Because if you plant the seeds and then put the farming station and lock it to where it can't accept any new seeds, I think it will function like that. But yeah. See, want to check something over here. That's a lot of talking. I was like, oh yeah, I'll record like a 3-minute little intro. Yeah, this was me. Why is that not? I don't know why that isn't fun. Is this not turned to input? Alright, I'll fix that too. But I'm like, okay, I might yap for a minute or two. But that'll be that. That's weird. Or is it? It's got power. Sometimes thermal series confuses me. But yeah, I'll be back when I've got some more stuff rearranged and all that. All right. So a lot's been done. First, trying to think of a good way to do it. I think this. Yeah. I've still got a couple of the machines up here. Out. Okay. That one's still useful. There's a skeleton there. That can be fully replaced now. That can technically be fully replaced. This can be fully replaced by a 1 block. So that is probably, and that can be replaced. So all this will probably disappear. Like I might eventually build the machines, but I don't think there's anything right now I need specifically for the crusher or anything like that. You can see the area over there. I'm going to go sleep before I go over there because I do not want it getting blown up. Yeah. All right, here we go. But it took me a bit, like, in between this clip and, like, the beginning of the episode, probably about 12 hours of gameplay. I have 2 wheat fields. If I get tired of wheat, I can hook it up to something else. But essentially, we've got 540 buckets in a tank here, just as backlog. This is constantly full. There's a whole tank of ethanol and plant oil backup. These are running off of solar panels with a battery backup. So yeah, This is completely self-sufficient. I had to craft up a bunch of solar panels. The sugarcane's going to disappear soon, I think. I gotta figure out a better way of farming it, I think. Or I probably was doing good enough in there. But, yeah. Explanations. I'll get to that. But anyway, this is just water and item and power for the farming stations. I'm already down to 6 dark back hose. That is the limiter here. Is I have to keep hose crafted for the farming station. Each one of these has... It doesn't say. I will check here in a second. But this is essentially sorting both outputs of both farms, and then this is just backlog. Yeah, I pumped some of the hemp seeds into the system. So this is only drawing wheat and wheat seeds when there is space in the fermenters. So I've got a good enough backlog, even if the backhoes break. I have hours of time, I think. Yeah, and these have 6,000 uses each. There's my tracking. Needed to stretch for a bit there. But yeah. So that's all self-sufficient. And I've been doing some other things. Oh, this is completely full now. I forget what I needed all the resin for. Probably something important. I need to figure out this because there's certain things I just don't need. Like, I don't need all the boots, all the fishing rods, stuff like that. Yeah. Everything's pretty much been ripped out of here. Everything's been ripped out of here. And most... If there were machines I didn't need, I just put them in storage until I need them. But I got everything set up. This took like 6 hours at least. Like soul binders, slice and splice. These are just standalones, but they're here connected to power. Currently, I'm going through a lot of the solidified experience because it does me no use in this form, really. I can make a cloud. I can make a experience solidifier, experience chunk to make XP plants in the future, I think. But yeah, every other thing, like this, we'll need eventually, but I don't need 1,000 stacks, especially I can just turn on the mob farm and get all of it soon. So it's essentially just going through a dictionary converter in Magma Crucible into XP I can use for enchants and stuff like that. Got the sag mill set up, and all this is set up to where I can essentially dump a bunch of stuff in input. It processes. I need to go find the grinding balls. Those got dropped in the move, I think. This is just making lava. This is currently making red sand. I left it running with normal sand for a bit. And we have 11,000. So yeah. But currently this will just be... let's see, what is... This is for like sandstone, some of the other ones. But if I take that out, then I can get andesite, granite, basalt, all the stones. But I decided to roll with that for a bit. This is dye mixer, which I needed brown dye for stuff, and I couldn't find cocoa beans. Turns out I need something called trying to find a burp back. I need one of these brown laser lenses, which is pink slime, which I haven't gotten to yet, so can't even use it, but it'll come in useful later. And then this auto smelter, sawmill, some machines, pulverizer, and it kind of goes into here, and then auto inputs. Yep, staircase. This is currently making a bunch of dark ingots because we have a lot of bitumen and tar because we have oil shale. Not currently in the drawer because I just need to go get some out of the system and probably put more power. Let's see, does this tick up? Yep. Okay, so there is still power in the excavator downstairs. But essentially I can take oil shale and either turn it into oil and then eventually into sulfur and refined fuel completely automatically, or I can throw in the pulverizer to get bitumen, combine it with tar from this process to get dark ingots, which is what we need, dark steel and I think some other. So it's a little more better automated. I forgot to hook water up to this, didn't I? Where's my water input? It is a mess getting out of that tangle specifically. So, oh, I think all my ender ones are here. Do I not have fluid conduits? I need the wrench anyway. Oh yeah, I also made some new armor because mine was about to break, so I just went ahead and upgraded as well. Spelling's not my forte. Where's the ender? Just make a few of those. I want to disconnect that. Okay, now that's making nutrient distillation. Also, I have no idea where's my item conduit. Items go in there. Problem with the heights. Okay, that is set to extract. I don't think that needs to be set to pink. I think it needs to be set to brown because that's connected to here. Okay. Just so it doesn't screw something up for a second. We'll clear that. Now it's working. Okay. I've only been troubleshooting that for a few hours. But yeah, more or less, I can input rotten flesh here, get turned into biofuel here. Water is getting turned into hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is dumping excess because I don't need it. Hydrogen is going into here with the biofuel to make substrate. And the off gas is ethylene, which is going into here, turning into liquid ethylene, which... Okay. Oh. Right. That's why I had it set to pink. And it was backed up because it was out of nutrient distillation, correct? Yeah, okay. So it wasn't broken for the reason I thought it was broken. It's been a few days. It's been like a day and a half, 2 days since I actually put the system together. So yeah, there's that. I might actually just add a drawer because otherwise that's going to be way too full because the vat is not quick. But I do have sugar to actually fuel it now. Speaking of, yeah. Okay, another step in what I've done. Got this kind of disconnected. That's gonna get ripped out. Has this? Okay, I think the only thing left in the system is that and 42 more stacks of industrial hemp fiber, which do I even have a use for it? I can turn it all into string. So I will deal with that mess later. This is just a stopgap, but we're going to be replacing... I should have another farming station that's going to replace all of this because there's like a hopper underneath every one of those, and it's actually pretty laggy. I think all the vacuum hoppers out there are full because I haven't hooked that up to the system yet. So, yeah. It's a mess. But also, before I clean up those messes, I did some more quests. See what gets claimed. I think these are all choice. So I actually have to go through and claim all of them. But yeah, we're almost done with this one. I just need to do a lot of that, which means I need to craft up a lot of that, which is something I'm gonna try to fix here soon. That. A lot of this is just, yeah, I crafted up a bunch of stuff off camera. See, where else was it? Also, remember these? Yeah, I went out, had to go do some exploring. I found another one of those structures off camera. It took me an hour just to find one. Do I still have... Yeah, I have one of the guys as a backup in case I need something, because I think I need beacons in the future. But yeah, I found... Alright. Need to craft 2 of those. Where is it? Got myself enough to make 2 radiant beacons if I want. Whew. But yeah, that was a pain. I didn't do Erebus yet because technically we don't need any of it because it was optional to get to the Aether. And yeah. Also, once we get here, we unlock the Deep Dark. So, it's progress. It's progress. And I've been yapping. I need to take a drink break, as well as I'm going to clean up some of the mess over there. So I'll be back. Okay, it has been a while. I think that's pretty normal for all these little check-ins I do. Yeah. So, this is temporary. I was... the original thing was to do like 1 row of everything. And you see the carrots have kind of done so, and the barley kind of did so. But some of the crops just did not work. So, ended up, I've got 2 crops going over here. And I think if they're on the elemental soil, they do fine. So I've got a few of the roots ones just kind of going, plugging along. And it'll be what it is. But hopefully eventually we get that fixed or set up better. Got new headphones and they work great for listening. I can hear something. Hold on. Oh, that's why my phone's got sound going through the Bluetooth. Alright. Try that. It's like, but now I hear too much of my voice reflecting back at me, so it weirds me out a bit. But it is what it is. But did some work. Got inscribers somewhat fully set up. As long as I have the actual materials for them, they can go in. And then I've got some, like I want to say clearance and methodology. I don't have the materials for those yet because methodology, I need osmiridium, which I need iridium, which I need the laser, which is in the quest chain. I've also built a lot of machines. I think it's, even though I'm into the yeah, here we go. Iridium's here. So we're still ways away from it. Crafted up a bunch of machines, and to do so, had to actually do a lot of resource collection just to get all the machine cases. It got a little ridiculous, but yeah. So as long as I have materials, I can kind of make the circuit boards and processors, and they automatically should go back in here. So let's, what's one of the cheap ones? I also need to actually get the silicon drawer actually like stocked up. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about grabbing an upgrade, and I'll fix that later. Gold. I think gold is the one that I actually have like a good amount of, because I'm actually getting low on diamonds. Getting real low on Certus quartz. But got it to where it automatically goes in here. And then it goes in here, and I think I just forgot to hook up the import. Yeah, I forgot to put an import bus on here. But eventually it'll be imported, and then these are kind of the inscribers for printed stuff. Yeah, I really need 3 inputs for those, but it's kind of hard to get 3 inputs and smush them both together. But luckily, I can somewhat do it manually still. It's not a big deal. Alright. Phone's going off. I had to see what it was. But yeah. Did I forget to... Oh, I never ran item conduit out here. Anyway. But I've got this because I need rosin to make something. Oh yeah, the coated clathrite. So, another machine. And then I got realizing when I was crafting all of this, these 2 machines here replace all of this. So all this will get replaced soon. And also, I've ripped out one of the excavators, the one that was right down here, because I need to find a different ore vein. So, yeah, we've got like 2 ores that are really holding us back. And like I could swear that I found one of them before. But I really need an osmium vein. I'm not sure where one's at. Also, I have the mob farm actually hooked up to the storage. So, so I don't have to keep coming up here to get stuff. But osmium only spawns in osmium ore veins, unlike nickel, which spawns in iron. And I think gold spawns in some iron ones as well. So, gotta look out for that one. I gotta look out for the Certus quartz. And yeah. That one looks interesting. I know I had the excavator here at one point. Ah, right. Because that was for diamond. Magnetite's iron. Alright. I will do that off camera. But this is still running. I drained a decent amount of power on that, but it's back up to functioning, so yeah. All the good stuff. But let's see. See what's actually in my we have plant sower and gatherer. I've never used those, so I don't know. Like I've never really used this mod much. Aside from, I think Project Ozone 3 had it, but it was very, very like base usage there. So yeah. I think we're gonna figure a couple things out. Go ahead and sleep just so monsters don't destroy everything. But yeah, trying to remember what I was going to do. I want that. Want glass and factory blocks. And like I know I need animals for some stuff. And I have animals in here that this room could kind of be used elsewhere, because like this is the other side of the machines. So, what is it? I know I need animal sewer. I gotta pull up the quest book to actually look at things. Mob slaughter is for pink slime. I need animal sewer, and then shove that into there. I think I might just rip out the fences here. And see, animal sewer. Yeah, it's just the one block. Okay, so where'd it go? That one. Okay. See if we can get some chickens. I don't know. I'm assuming that, okay, we have some that got loose. I will deal with them later. Because I am assuming... Okay, I'm going to need to power it. Which I should just be able to dig this way and end up in the... I don't have a name for it, but the main area. And I put my torches in the storage system. Okay, I can definitely hijack... Oh, hi, lag spike. Can definitely hijack into the system. Don't need those. Get rid of all those blocks. I need item conduits. Hold on. Alright. Get out of there. We can grab some torches just so nothing blows up. Even though we're pretty close to getting the torch that stops mob spawns. Although I don't know if that will affect the cursed earth farm. Alright. Run some cable. Just make it a little easier to traverse. Dug too far, maybe? Yeah, not far enough. Alright, why is there a feather? Alright, they drop feathers naturally. Okay, and that is... doing that. I want the sewage composter. Connect that to power. Run that as an insert. Extract always active. And we now have fertilizer. How much does it take? Let's see. Okay, yeah, me grabbing that had nothing to do with it. It's more than one bucket. Is it 2 buckets worth? Yeah, crack open can. So yeah. 2 buckets. I think that's working. So we now have fertilizer. And now, might as well just claim that real quick. Now we need pink slime, which is Mob Slaughter Factory, which I kind of prepped this a while ago. And I say kind of because... good job. I remember making some things. I'm going to kind of clean up the inventory a bit. Actually, I need the factory blocks. Okay. Make sure that's not in the hotbar. Okay. 2 stacks of dark glass. Mob fan. Make another one of those. I want a... was it? Not height. Distance. Yeah, gonna play around with that. And I'm gonna put this up by the actual mob farm, because it still should be close enough I can snake a conduit. I don't know why there's feathers right there. But I'm going to... Okay. Width and see distance. Okay, I think I am going to move it slightly further away, just so it doesn't mess up this farm. You know what? I can even put it in the river. Do I have a wand on me? I do. I just need to see how big of a platform do I need to make. Where? There they are. See, width. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 7. Take one of those out, it becomes a 7 by 7. Okay. So I need to make like a 9 by 9 platform. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, there's so much stuff down here. 43 slime balls from that. I need to... I would say I need to make like a ink farm or something, but it does pretty well just to check out where I've mined out and the squids just perish. I have forgotten one thing, but oh well. I think I have enough glass to go completely around. Yeah. Do I go up one more layer though, or... Because I've got to put this on dirt. Or is it grass? Grass. Okay. Luckily this can be ripped out pretty easily. Love some of the bizarre sounds that happen with some of the unique mobs that spawn. Alright. Let's see. Alright, now I need to see if I've got like a stack of grass. I also need to see if I've got something that will stop teleports, but I don't know if I have. Get rid of that, that. Okay, let me go ahead and sleep too, just to prevent some stuff. I should probably also grab a lever, but yeah, because I need to power them to activate them. All right. Oh yeah. There we go. Just gonna build a little bridge. I hate building in water. Alright. Now the dangerous thing about this is I need to have everything really set up before I turn everything to cursed earth. So do this. I also need to make sure I put a lid essentially on the entire thing. course, I used up all of my factory blocks. Oh well. Get this set up because I think I have to, yeah. Or no. Okay. I thought these got placed in backwards. But I would be mistaken. Alright. Alright, so everything should be pushed to that corner. And I believe this is the one I need. Yep, that is correct. And now I just need to run a lot of conduit. Or actually, can this go one block up? Yeah, just in case. I'll get a cover for that. And now the long process of placing stuff in water. Go ahead and eat just so my right click isn't eaten up that much. I know I can tie in over here. Yeah, let's see. Should probably get a shovel. About to see if I can remember what it even looks like. See, and how far over do I have to go? 2 more blocks. Alright, now I can go hook that up and grab some more factory blocks. And then that should be good to turn on. Which is the scary part. see. There we go. Okay. Get rid of the decoration block. Okay, that should have power now. Alright. Now I can get a couple things out of my inventory, get factory blocks, and I think we're good. Oh yeah, I've been having to grow chorus plants for some I forget what component. But I know it's melodic alloy from Ender.io, which does something. I know that's really helpful of a descriptor, but that's about all I got. Really. I forgot that was a 9x9, not 7x7. All right. So the bad news is we'll make my mob farm, which is surprisingly quiet, which does worry me. Oh, nope, I was just outside the fallout distance. But it'll make that slightly less efficient. But here we go. Let's hope it doesn't spread. Okay. Okay, we have liquid meat and pink slime. I don't have tanks. So let me get a couple tanks to put... Actually, probably drums. Always active. See. Get that one to extract to get empty. Not what I wanted. You know what? Pink slime, we'll send out the back, and meat will send out the bottom. Oh, front. Okay. Okay, that is empty. We'll insert that. Insert on pink. This should extract on pink. Pink slime. Alright. We'll let that run for a hot minute. It's a little slower than I thought it would be, but it's going to be something passive. If I remember right, I need to take a bucket of pink slime and grab a couple buckets just in case. Do some inventory management. I know it's the greatest thing to ever see. Let me check. Let's see what we need. We need a pink slime ball, which is, yeah, place pink slime fluid and then kill the pink slime. And then that is a pink slime ball with mithril, which I'm hoping I still have some left. That is not a guarantee. Okay. And I think after a few seconds, the slime should spawn. Yeah, my tracking does not know what to do with the soda can. It does not know where my head's at. Or it does not know where my arms are in relation to my head. Because right here, hello hand, this is my chin. This is top of my head. So oh, hi. We're going to need another. Does turning this one off for a couple minutes. Oh yeah, this is where I moved all the extra utility solar panels to, by the way. Turn that off. Does it speed this one up? It looks like it. Alright, so you know what? While I'm waiting on that to fill up anyway, I'm going to go toss the one slime ball we do have. Boink. See. Okay, yeah, we do not have a lot of mithril because that is not cheap. Hey, to my defense, I grabbed the ingot. I just may have forgotten to put in the alloy smelter. That's got something, that's pulverizer. So there should be pink slime ingot when we get back. Yoink that. Oh, you spawned quick this time. And he actually dropped enough. Alright. So that is something I will just leave running. I will probably turn the other mob farm back on. Boom. Claim some extra plastic. And we can get a crystalline brown slime ingot. Which is crystalline pink slime, which I need to. That has been the like backlog is not the right word. Oh, what is the right word? One of the main roadblocks to actually crafting up everything, why it took so long, was just crafting all these up. And of course it's in the system now. Oh no, I did grab it. Okay. Throw all that in there. Let's go grab some fertilizer. I'm thinking we should have about half a stack. Okay, we have a few stacks. Okay. Nothing else is trying to kill me. And I'm just going to have random chickens running around the base for a while, it looks like. Which, I'm honestly okay with that. Get rid of a bunch of stuff. It's the thing with mods and mod packs. Oh, it actually doubles my ingots. Just get that. And then I need the grains. But yeah. Get that, and I forgot to grab the other pink slime ingot, apparently. That's the one bad thing. Okay, so it did go in there just kind of visually bugged. Alright. Pulsating iron, that is a key thing. Hold on. So that blocks passive mobs. Oh, won't prevent mobs from cursed earth, so that is nice. We just need a lot of it. And energized glowstone, which that should just be melting. Yeah, melting glowstone. So that's cheap. This video is getting super long, so I'm gonna have to probably call it here. We're gonna go ahead and yeah, choice. Those are harder to craft. But yeah. By the next episode, I might rip all this out and replace it with the latex processing unit, because I think I can get it in a 3x3. And I'm just going to wait for slime to craft. But, yeah. We can make actually addition stuff now. Which, yeah, we have Atomic Reconstructor. Uh, yeah, that looks fun. But yeah, we'll get atomic reconstructor. We can actually get some empowered. I think we can. What was one of the? Uh, this is one of the things waiting on. I thought. Yes. We have a few things waiting on the Empowerer. So, until the next one, this has been the Reaker Chaos. And let chaos reign.